Your eyes do not deceive you. What you're looking at is a press image from the upcoming South Park special, The End of Obesity. That's coming out pretty soon actually, like in a few days. We're gonna run through everything we know about this upcoming special, and also touch on why we're getting specials this year before a brand new season. Whereas for the last 2 years, it's been the other way around. So let's waste no time and dive right in. A few days ago, South Park unveiled the teaser for The End of Obesity. The advent of a new weight loss drug has a huge impact on everyone in South Park. When Cartman is denied access to a life-changing medicine, the kids jump into action. The new exclusive event, South Park The End of Obesity, premieres May 24th, 2024 on Paramount, just in time for Memorial Day weekend. So if it's not obvious already, this special will not only be critiquing the rise of Ozempic, a weight loss drug that has become especially trendy among celebrities, but also the American healthcare system as a whole. Our system is trash, and a lot of medication is falling to the hands of people who don't need it. Case in point, Cartman wants to go on Ozempic, and although I think he's definitely someone who would use it as a shortcut from the eating habits we've seen over the last 26 seasons, it would actually save his life. But he gets denied, and I bet there will be a whole bit where someone who doesn't need it gets the medication instead. Like Cartman, they'll be using it as a shortcut, but unlike Cartman, the justification may not really be there. But for whatever reason, the boys will actually want to help Cartman, and seemingly bootlegs their own version of Ozempic, which if this press image found on the Animation World Network is anything to go by, it'll work, which makes me wonder what's gonna be the catch. Ozempic itself has side effects that don't really seem to be talked about as much as the results. So are they gonna lean into that? Or is Cartman being Cartman gonna fail to adjust his eating habits and will gain all the weight back, so then he'll take more of the boys' bootleg Ozempic, which then will have catastrophic side effects? Or they're gonna play the long game, keep Cartman skinny at the end of this special, maybe he gains a little bit back by the next special, and then when we go into the new season at the fall, he's just gained it all back entirely. It's never really even addressed. And Skinny Cartman remains a mini arc that's confined within the Paramount Plus specials. I could even see Stan or Cal making some kind of remark like,
"Just don't get it all back by the fall, Cartman."
And then fall rolls around, we get season 27, and he gained it all back from junk food. I bet we'll see how people treat Cartman differently after he loses the weight. He feels more respected. But he still won't want to eat healthy, which will again lead to him abusing the bootleg Ozempic, and it'll backfire on him horribly. We'll just have to wait and see, but I'm still pretty excited, even though I feel like this is the premise of a regular episode and not really a special, which is an issue a lot of the Paramount Plus specials have run into lately. Streaming wars and not suitable especially. It feels like their regular episodes stretched out to meet an obligation, as opposed to something ambitious that justifies the near hour-long runtime. It just makes the shorter seasons and gap between content a little frustrating, because although we're getting the same amount of South Park per year, the two specials are basically just 4 episodes in conjunction with the 6-episode seasons. We're still ultimately getting less stories because of those 4 episodes being used up for 2 stories instead of 4 individual ones. The current state of South Park could be its own video. In a lot of ways, I feel like the show is bouncing back from the serialized seasons where it took a bit of a dip in my opinion, but I really do think all of Matt and Trey's other projects are kind of catching up to them. I wouldn't be surprised if they're spread thin, and unfortunately, it shows in South Park more than any of their other endeavors. It's far from bad, but hearing they're gonna talk about Ozempic for almost an hour? I'm kinda worried they're gonna run out of material halfway through and it's gonna feel like a bit of a slog, similar to the streaming wars, but we'll see. If anything, I think they saw how the streaming wars came out, and that's why they decided these specials will no longer be 2-parters. But this does feel like it could have been the premise for a 20-minuter. But I'll remain cautiously optimistic, especially since we're getting the horrors of Skinny Cartman out of it, which isn't the first time we've seen something like this. He lost a lot of weight when he was crucified for 3 weeks. We also had the episode Fat Camp where Cartman had a kid masquerade as him, giving off the illusion to his mom that he lost a lot of weight. But this will be the first time that Cartman has truly lost the weight, and he'll get to experience firsthand how differently people treat him. That being said, I really hope they get wacky with how this backfires on Cartman. Have the boy mutate, it'd be pretty funny. But of course here's the question of why we're getting a special before a season. The last 2 years we had a season rolling in February. What's the deal? Well, to be honest, I kind of expected this. Assuming we get another special in the summer, this is exactly how I thought South Park in 2024 would go down. Why? Because it's an election year. And historically, South Park has always had an episode air right after the election. Americans vote on Tuesday, the episode's ready to air on Wednesday night. It's a pretty cool tradition, and something about the show I always adored. Even if in 2016 they built the entire season storyline around Hillary winning, and then obviously that didn't pan out, so it was already kind of a mid-season, just became even worse, but you know, can't win them all. Of course, they tragically missed out on 2020 due to the pandemic, even though we got a banger special out of it, but I'm sure that was still pretty deflating for Matt and Trey. They're not trying to miss out on another year, especially when the final episode of season 26 was about this upcoming election. Garrison as the Trump stand-in having to make a choice. A choice that obviously hinges on the real world. With the episode concluding on a note of, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, something tells me Garrison's gonna relapse and become president again. And this will be their chance to finally critique Biden, although you could argue Smiling Friends just beat him to the punch.
You shit your pants and crash the economy within the same day. What are you talking about, dude?
Not to mention this also might work out well for Matt and Trey scheduling wise. Again, they've had a lot on their plate lately. On top of South Park, they've had Casa Bonita, and that movie they're making with Kendrick Lamar, which kind of makes me wonder if they're going to touch on the Drake and Kendrick beef in this special, especially since these specials seem to lean a bit more into what's currently being discussed online at the time of release. And Kendrick's been throwing Ozempic allegations at Drake, so the stars are kind of aligning. But with all that said, these are just my thoughts and I want to hear yours. How do you feel about Skinny Cartman? What are your thoughts on this upcoming special? And do you look forward to the fall season? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more South Park content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. See ya!